You're watching CW Montana. This is the MTN 9 o'clock news.
And good evening. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday. I'm Andrea Lutz. Ahead tonight, the Montana State Legislature is looking to solve some teacher shortages in some of Montana's communities. We'll tell you how. Plus, the new high school in Bozeman has a name, but it's drawing ire from locals. We'll tell you what that's all about. And a handful of homes forced to evacuate in Gallatin County as the Gallatin River near Logan starts to rise due to some of those log jams that you see right there. But first, we begin with breaking news tonight. A backcountry skier is dead after getting caught in an avalanche on the west side of the Bridger Mountain Range. Search and rescue crews from Gallatin County Search and Rescue and the Sheriff's Office and the Bridger Bowl Ski Patrol were called at around 2 this afternoon. 2 skiers saw the avalanche start and were able to locate the victim, a 36-year-old man from Bozeman. He was dead at the scene and his identity is not yet known. Well, ice is starting to jam up in areas near Bozeman, and tonight there's an impact to residents. MTN meteorologist Mike Hurd brings us the latest on 2 separate ice jams and if there is more trouble to come. Mike.
Andrea, ice jam flooding is impacting Madison and Gallatin counties today. Water started flowing over US 287 south of Ennis Monday and continued into Tuesday. Traffic is flowing through the flood waters, but temperatures today were below zero. Flood warnings are up near Ennis through Friday. The Gallatin River is another area of concern. Rising waters and a flood warning issued Tuesday afternoon through Thursday morning. Rising water has forced a handful of homes to be evacuated today, just west of Logan. You can see in this video ice jam flooding there is causing water to flow into low-lying areas. No roads have been closed and no word on when people will be allowed back into their homes. Now, we are far from done with ice jam flooding. The month of March typically sees the greatest percentage of ice jams across the state of Montana. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Mike. In the area of Craig, Montana, winter weather has stranded people living along the Dearborn River in Cascade County. MTN's Shannon Newth is in Great Falls. She brings us the details there.
Good evening. While all this snow has made it difficult for some people to get around, it's left others trapped in their homes. Right now, 46 people are stranded in the Dearborn area. Cascade County Disaster and Emergency Services tells us the sheriff's office was told about the situation on Monday. They're preparing to evacuate people there if needed. Acting DES Coordinator Captain Scott Van Dyken says several agencies are on standby, including Cascade County Search and Rescue, the American Red Cross, and the Salvation Army. Right now, these steps are just a precaution.
Nobody wants evacuation at this time, and everybody's doing fine, according to the fire chief. There's a few people that are hanging on by a string, but they don't want evacuation at this time. They don't want help at this time. And in the event that they do, then we'll go into action.
And Cascade County has also notified the state if assistance is needed. Reporting in Great Falls, Shannon Newth, MTN News. Andrea, back to you.
All right, thanks, Shannon, for that one. In the last 24 hours, there's been hundreds of snow-related crashes and slide-offs at the central part of our state, hit probably the hardest. The Montana Highway Patrol says there's been 314 crashes in the last day. Across Montana, there's been 159 slide-offs. And the busiest area of the state has been Helena, Butte, and the Dillon areas, where MHP reports there's been 85 crashes and 60 slide-offs. Monida Pass is still closed tonight on Interstate 15. The interstate is closed on both the north and southbound lanes from Lima through Idaho. The road is closed due to the winter weather. We'll let you know, of course, when it opens. New tonight at 9 in the Bitterroot. Snow continues to pile up to monumental levels. Stevensville digging out of 20 inches of new snow. Kent Lutzen shows us what residents are dealing with.
These are the sights and sounds of Stevensville residents digging out on Tuesday morning. The town was plummeted with 26 inches of snow.
What have I been doing today? Yeah. Shoveling a lot.
City snowplows were busy. They were in full swing early in the morning. Mayor Brandon Dewey said the highest priority is clearing paths for essential services like fire, ambulance, and police.
Yeah, we're seeing unreal amounts of snow. It's hard because we had snow already on the ground before this storm came. We already had some piles of snow throughout the city, and now we've got that much more to add to those piles.
It's not just sidewalks and roads residents are worried about, it's the tops of buildings. These workers have been out here for the past 6.5 hours trying to remove the at least 2.5 feet of snow to protect the infrastructure of this building. And with all this snow, there's not a whole lot of places left to push it. The berms on Main Street are double in size, making for some dicey driving. The storm left its mark in Stevensville, not only leaving behind piles of snow, but also some mixed emotions.
I think it's horrible and it needs to stop. It's messing up my car, it's messing up my commute. My commute's really short anyway, but I really want it to be summer now.
You have to find happiness in the snow, otherwise you'll have less happiness in your life and the same amount of snow.
And that's exactly what Cole did. He spent the day whipping around in a snowmobile, also helping residents shovel their driveways. And for some, that's exactly what a snow day in a small town is all about. Neighbors helping neighbors.
I love this town. This is the best town ever. We're outside shoveling the trucks out, and there's a guy drives by on his tractor, and we're like, hey, how you doing? He just comes over and scoops you out. It's just, the love of a small town's awesome. I love Stevensville.
In Stevensville, Kent Lutzen, MTN News.
It's a lot of snow there. Well, after just 2 days of no school in Stevensville, they are expected to head back to school on Wednesday. Some new information tonight on the death of a 40-year-old Martin City man. Flathead County Sheriff Brian Hayno says Jesse Rule likely died from a medical condition on Sunday. The sheriff's office responded to Rule not breathing outside the South Fork Saloon. Emergency responders performed CPR, however, Rule died. The sheriff's office is still waiting for a final toxicology report. In the Montana legislature, a trio of bills aimed to help teachers in rural Montana school districts moves forward. MTN's Mike Dennison has more.
The Montana House said yes Tuesday to a pair of bills aimed at helping rural schools find people for hard-to-fill teaching positions, each in their own unique way. House Bill 420 from Democratic Representative Tyson Runningwolf of Browning creates a grant program to help train local high school students and local professionals to get certified in areas with an identified shortage. It would help people who aren't teachers get certified and help pay for those costs.
This is one way that we can keep the people in the community and have them also be able to teach. It's a win for the community and a win for the schools all the way around.
Runningwolf said Browning has already tried the program and he hopes it can work elsewhere.
So it ain't a deal for myself to just bring back to them, but also to help the rest of Montana. Maybe this will not be the cookie cutter model to help every rural community, but it's one that worked for us.
The House also endorsed House Bill 459 from Republican Representative Becky Beard of Elliston. It would use $500,000 a year in oil and gas tax revenue to create a pair of accounts to help rural school districts recruit and retain teachers.
Our rural schools absolutely need this assistance to be able to attract the best qualified, best suited teachers and certified staff for their students.
Last week, the House also passed a bill from Republican Lou Jones of Conrad that expands into more rural areas a state program that helps repay student loans for certain teachers. But all of these bills cost money, about $1.5 million over the next 2 years. So while they're passing the House, they still have to survive the rest of the session and the competition for funds in the state budget. At the Capitol, Mike Dennison, MTN News.
Well, there's some uproar from the Bozeman community after choosing a new name for their second high school. Last night, the school board chose West Slope High School as the new name. However, the feedback from the community has not been overly positive about that. They narrowed the name down from 176, but members of the community say they aren't happy with the decision, hoping it will be reversed.
Significance to it. And some people were saying it's tied into the west slope of the Bridgers or the west slope Cutthroat. It just didn't have any significance to it, and West Slope in itself just doesn't have any ring to it. I think it would be important that they reconsider their vote, because they are the deciding body. They can reconsider their vote, and I think it would be good because I think a lot of the community doesn't like it.
As of right now, the board does not plan to reconsider its decision. In Billings, a surprise as city councilors vote not to renew an agreement with the developer of the One Big Sky district. Just 2 weeks ago, the council approved a long-term development plan. Mayor Bill Cole said the vote is a bump in the road. However, those with Big Sky Economic Development say they're optimistic legislation in Helena can still go through.
The council, even last night, still was supporting the plan and the idea and the legislation in Helena. But the vote itself was a disappointment because we don't get people who want to invest more than $300 in our, or $300 million in our community every day. And last night we said, no thank you, at least not on those terms.
It makes that partnership with Landmark very difficult going forward. It sends mixed messages. I mean, there's some realities there that we'll have to work with and manage through. But the fundamental vision, the plan that Council adopted, and the economic development tool that we're working on with Senator Webb, that is still priority number one right now.
And that lawmaker, Webb, sponsoring the legislation funding tool, plans to discuss any changes to that draft bill in Helena in the coming days. A Flathead Valley distillery is being nationally recognized for their handcrafted whiskey. Esquire magazine named Wheatfish whiskey the best in the state of Montana. Owner of Glacier Distillery in Coram, Nicholas Lee, came to Montana years ago, but he says he was pretty surprised to hear the magazine mention the brand.
It's humbling because there's a lot of good distilleries here making a lot of good products and different whiskeys, so it was pretty cool that they found that Wheatfish was one worth mentioning.
Cool indeed. Right now the distillery is doing some renovations as they prepare for the summer. Of course, that is their busiest time of the year. Still to come on tonight's MTN 9 o'clock news, avalanche warnings, injuries, and depression. This type of weather can affect you in many different ways, so we're going to take a look at just a few of them ahead. And Bob McGuire, he is in to tell you if there's any end in sight for this winter weather. It's coming up after the break.